Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Manzur Ahmad, lecturer history. Our today's question for 12th class students of history subject is: what did the rebels want? To what extent did the vision of different social groups differ from that of rebels? Dear students, we know that the rebels played a role on the forefront during the revolt of 1857. They fought violently against the British East India Company. And we also know that rebels were originally the Indian soldiers of the British East India Company. And when these Indian soldiers revolted against the company, these soldiers turned into rebels. So these rebels fought violently against the British. And now we have to see what were the demands or what the rebels want. What was the vision of rebels? Why rebels fought against the British East India Company? And when the rebels fought, and what were the demands, what these rebels want, then what was the vision of different social groups during the revolt? So what were the demands, what were the wishes and desires of the rebels, and what was the vision or what was the purpose or motive of different social groups during the revolt of 1857? Let's understand this. Rebels had following vision and motive behind the revolt. Number one, the first and foremost vision, motive, and desire which rebels had, that this desire they had with Indian people. These rebels in continuous proclamations or continuous announcements repeatedly appeared to all sections of people in India to maintain unity, discipline, and cooperation. These rebels time and again told the Indians that if Indian society remains united, disciplined, and cooperative, then they would fight against the British East India Company more vigorously, more violently, and cause more damage to British East India Company in India. So the first desire, first motive and purpose of the rebels was to see unity among Indians at all occasions against the British East India Company. Number two, the rebels considered British rule in India a symbol of oppression, a symbol of suppression, a symbol of tyranny, a symbol of cruelty, a symbol of barbarism. They wanted to end all kind of oppression perpetuated or continued by British East India Company in India for past 100 years. Number three, the rebels wanted an end to the Firangi Raj. Firangi Raj means the foreign rule, the rule of Britishers, and restore India's rule on Indian soil. And these rebels wanted no foreigner, no westerner, no British to grab India's power. Let Indian people decide their future by themselves. Let not foreigners indulge in the affairs of India and make Britishers vacate India as soon as possible. Number four, the rebels wanted everyone to know the exploitative nature of the British East India Company and never fall in their deception. The rebels wanted people to feel that Britishers at times are trying to be sympathetic or trying to be kind towards different sections of people, but the basic thing is that they do it all for their own purpose. In fact, the British have an exploitative nature. Their primary purpose is to exploit Indians at all costs, and therefore no one should fall in their soft words, in their timely sympathy, in their timely kindness. But that all is a deception. So no one should fall in the deception of the British East India Company. Rather consider Britishers their enemies, or not allow this British East India Company enter the ranks of the Indian society and cause problems there. Number five, the rebels wanted Indians to feel proud about their culture and restore faith in their culture, customs, past, and administrative system. Because the rebels wanted that if Indians would feel about their past, about their culture, about their customs, about their administrative system, then they would reject the Western administrative system. Then they would reject the British East India Company. So they told the Indians that our administrative system, our culture, our customs are far superior than that of the British East India Company. So we need to to feel proud. We need to feel we can say confident about our own culture, and have faith in our own culture and systems and administrative system, and overthrow the British all systems and all customs introduced by Britishers in India from time to time. However, as a different part of the question which we have to discuss now, the vision of different social groups during the revolt. The vision of different social groups during the revolt, it is believed to have been different as compared to rebels. Rebels were united. They preached people to be united against the British East India Company. They themselves fought united against the British East India Company. But it is believed that the different social groups did not show that unity, did not show their oneness. They differed. Different social groups differed in their perspectives. Different social groups wanted to restore their respective social identities, social respect, social status without caring for others. We need to understand there was a huge group of great section of Indian society which did not totally take part in the revolt of 1857. There is another section of Indian society and another section of Indian people who actually supported Britishers in suppressing the revolt. There is another section of Indian society who asked Britishers to give them privileges, give them benefits, give them facilities. Then they would not fight then they would not fight the revolt. So we need to understand, though the rebels had a united front, though the rebels fought unitedly against the British East India Company and also asked Indians to be united, but on the practical ground, the all sections of Indian society were not on the same page. They differed in social perspectives, they differ in their visions, and they differ in their motives at times during the revolt of 1857. Thank you.